You haven't lived until you've heard the show Americans are talking about. The show that launches its listeners to the height of humanity. The audio hour that travels the landscape of adventure. The sound that comforts more than the clip of your first bolt. It's the Ogden Outdoor Adventure Show!
Outdoor Adventure summits the airwaves. This is the Ogden Outdoor Adventure Show. I'm your host, Brandon Long. I'm with you for the next 38 and a half minutes. Exactly. Along for the ride is the best co-host in all the land, Todd of the Top. We're hanging out inside the Monarch in the heart of the Nine Rails Arts District inside Banyan 1. Preview of this week's show is we have Weekly Happy, which is good because we all need something happy in our lives. On the docket, we do have some opening day information coming up as well for resorts, the Ogden Avalanche Backcountry Bash, and Ogden Nature Center Holiday Open House, along with the Cup Hop. So we'll chat with Brandi Bosworth with the Ogden Nature Center about the Cup Hop, which is back for its third year, I believe, right?
It is. Yeah. You're number 3.
In the news, including Ogden Avalanche beer. Please tell me this is so. There is a local radiologist facing federal charges from a Denali incident. We'll go over that. See if anyone knows him. Veterans are helping Dry Tortugas National Park. Pray for POW beer. Outside Inc. buys more stuff, more media. Rivian, that Rivian is now worth more than Ford and GM. This is a fascinating story, by the way. It just blows my mind. And bears prefer KFC. Todd, that one's for you. Give you something worth watching. Patagonia has new food and bev, but, what kind of bev is it? Quote of the week.
How expensive is it?
And how expensive is it? We shall find out. Outdoor Jukebox. All this and more on Ogden Outdoor Adventure Show, episode 380 Cup Hop. So let's charge.
He summits with the agility of a mountain goat, flashes routes faster than UPS, is more intimate in the mountains than Jake Gyllenhaal. He's Todd to the Top.
Todd, are you going to be jumping out of airplanes when you are a 90-year-old?
Nope. Nope, I will not. I might at some point, but I don't feel like it's something that I would do more than once. And if I do it once, then it'll be that 90-year-old me. That would be just the one time.
Have you ever aspired to jump out of an airplane? No.
No, it's not really up.
All right. Well, this week's Weekly Happy, 90-year-old Purple Heart recipient, and this happened last summer, but like in June. It was shown on website today, Unofficial Networks. I thought, you know what? Yeah, this is great. 90-year-old Purple Heart recipient finally lives out his dream of skydiving, which is very cool.
So if you're watching this on YouTube, otherwise I would get to hear a 90-year-old.
You're coming down, a lot of wind hitting you. The black and gold for him. That's awesome.
This is Fox 13.
On his 90th birthday, after waiting some 70 years, Joseph learned the best things in life make you come back for more.
I want to try to do it at 95. Oh my gosh. I want to do it all over again.
It isn't uncommon to see a senior citizen spend their birthday here. In fact, Skydive Utah says that about one person aged 80 or older per week takes that big leap. In Tooele County, John Franke,
Wow.
Fox 13 News, Utah.
Fox 13 News, Utah. Very
For
cool.
them, that's great. He sounded about 30 years younger.
He doesn't look 90. He has like a goatee and everything. Like this guy's styling, and I don't know. I think it's awesome.
He gets a mohawk later in the day.
Yeah, he's like, who's that Glenn Plate guy? I got to show him how to do hair.
90 years old. Nice. That's great to hear. That gives you plenty of hope.
Whew.
On the docket, anticipated resort opening dates. So we are close. And Snowbasin is one of the earliest, by the way, in the state. So Alta is showing November 20th. Beaver to be announced. Bryan Head, November 19th. Brighton's to be announced, although I believe their Bone Zone is open. Cherry Peak to be announced. Deer Valley, December 4th. Eagle Point, December 17th. Nordic, I love Nordic's one of my favorite. Yeah, to be announced. They need snow. Park City, November 19th, Powder to be announced. Now, they're all natural, no snowmaking at Powder Mountain. Snowbasin, though, November 24th. That would be the Wednesday before Thanksgiving. That is in essentially 2 weeks. So, whoa. Get your skis and boards in order because it's that time of year. Snowbird, December 1st. If Snowbasin opens before the Bird, that doesn't happen very often, does it? I don't think so. I don't recall that. Solitude, November 19th. Sundance, December 10th. And Woodward Park City, November 19th. That is, according to Ski Utah, that's the latest updates. Obviously depends on snowpack and all the things, but there's that. All right.
What's the word? What's this winter going to look like?
Well, there's a La Nina threat, which means a lot of, is it La Nina? Yeah, right?
Yeah.
A threat. So there's been more rain on the and storms on the Pacific Northwest coast. So that has held true, and it's been wetter. So that's good. If it continues, that's fantastic. We need it. It was not so hot last year.
So the moisture's there. We just don't know about the temperature.
Yeah. Yeah. I like snow.
I think a lot of people do.
I think the Great Salt Lake needs a lot of snow.
How has that trickled in, just while we're talking about snow and this coming winter, as far as gear goes, winter gear goes? People buying?
So thanks.
Are you
Todd.
sold out?
I appreciate that. Can I give a shout out to Shop Local, please? Gear 30 could use your support. We are suffering from not enough product being shipped to us. So Amer Sports and Solomon, they shipped us a fraction of our orders. They have some of it. They're trying to get it to us before Christmas. That's how bad it's looking for bindings and some skis and some stuff. So we do have Icelandic skis in stock. We're getting some. We have some. We're getting some head skis in. We have Elan skis. We do have Dynafit boots. We don't have our Scarpa yet. We have Roxa boots, but our biggest buy is Solomon from Solomon. And it's about $60,000 worth of stuff. It's a lot, and a lot of it is delayed to late November, mid-December, and some of it. We had one binding says it will arrive in March, which that's not good. That's not good. So please support local shops, if you will. It's a real rough time because of that. People are shopping early. We had people in even last week saying they're doing their Christmas shopping, so that's helpful.
Might be smart.
Also, it is smart because we don't know what we're going to get. You know, if we get it, you need to buy it. If you don't, you can't do one of those things where, I'll wait and see. It's like if you walk into a store and they have it, you better buy it.
Get it, yeah.
Yeah, because it might not be there.
Don't register a day before class
can't. Yeah, you can't special order stuff, because you just don't ever know. So that's a little weird, but
it's all on back order.
All on back order.
The Nature Center has seen we've had a big shortage of plush snakes.
I've heard there was a shortage of plush snakes going around, but just wanted to verify that was the case.
But we're doing pretty good on the other stuff, and we have been given word that we will receive our big birdseed stuff. We do all these great birdseed things, and it's all supposed to come in before Thanksgiving. So fingers crossed.
So Roosters Brewing. I was talking to Brandon, who manages over there, and was Brandon? Anyway, or Colton, but I think it was Brandon. It was telling me tin, right? aluminum, a shortage.
Oh,
and there's basically only, I didn't know this, essentially like Pepsi and Coke, they also own aluminum cans company maker. Yeah, right. So it was touch and go for a minute on getting cans even. And I'm like, no, we need the beer. Like we can't do. We're going to have to come up with some other options.
We'll just bring our own glasses.
We're going to...
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Come on. Okay, so on the docket.
Fill up
your mug.
On your mug. BYOM.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, my God. The Cup Hop, which we'll talk about in detail in just a minute, begins November 15th. That is Monday. Through December 15th. It goes a full month. $20 donation. We'll dive into that in just a minute, but that begins next week. November 24th could be the Snowbasin opening day. Put it in your calendar. November 26th, Black Friday deals at Powder Mountain. So I'm like, what the heck? What are they doing? But they do have some, I don't think I saved the tab. So there's some day lift pass deals. There's some rental deals and maybe some learning deals. And then some like touring, like if you want to pay for a tour or whatever, someone take you out, guided trips deals on Black Friday. So
Fun.
Powder Mountains has some deals on Black Friday. Check that out. Ogden Avalanche Backcountry Bash will be at the front on December 2nd.
Oh.
That is a party. That's sponsored by Roosters and others. Everyone should be there for that. That is really fun. And it benefits backcountry avalanche awareness here in Ogden. We will have those boys on next week, Todd, just so you know.
And where's that going to be this year?
At the front.
Same
again.
place. Okay.
Yeah,
gotcha.
at the front, 6 p.m. on December 2nd. December 3rd through
Lucky
the 4th.
Slice going to be there?
I would imagine there will be plentiful amounts of food. I think so, probably.
Well, it's just a few times a year.
Yeah.
And not that I couldn't do it more often, but that's one of the times I look forward to a slice, is that event.
Nice.
And then lots of beer.
Lots.
There's
of beer,
there's always lots of beer.
Yeah.
And it's good to see everybody, but the Lucky Slice, I hope.
Good to see all my friends, but really I just want some Lucky Slice.
And a beer.
I know it's always
And a
there, but
beer.
it just tastes better that night.
It does.
At that place with
They-
that group of people.
They
Making
make
me
it.
want that.
What's that?
You're making me want pizza.
Yeah.
it
Oh
kinda
my
sounds
gosh.
good.
Oh.
I like their pizza.
Ogden Nature Center Holiday Open House is December 3rd and 4th. And so I would buy your plush snakes early,
Yeah.
just in
Seriously.
case.
Once they get there, yeah.
Because you don't know. You don't know.
With
All right.
limited supply.
This voice you hear in the background, this female voice, Brandi Bosworth with the Ogden Nature Center Cup Hop.
Woo woo. 3rd year for the cup hop.
Can I just say I like this year's cups the most?
Oh, cool. I'm so
yeah.
glad.
Yeah, I really do.
It's this cute little brown squirrel. And I was a little worried putting a squirrel on because not everyone loves squirrels, but
What?
I've had nothing but awesome feedback.
Oh, good.
Everybody's like, I love the squirrel. And
You run
bringing,
across people that don't like squirrels. You let Brandon and I know, and we're going to visit them. 'cause
right?
It doesn't seem right. If somebody doesn't like that cute little squirrel,
And have you seen the video
Might be
where
a
the
Nancy
guy
Kerrigan moment.
tries
here.
to outwit and he builds that huge?
Oh, it's unreal.
It's so
it's
fun
amazing.
to watch.
Yeah.
Like how clever they are and how smart they are.
Yeah.
I know.
Because
So,
it takes the squirrel a few days to
Yeah.
figure out what to
the
do.
route, but then
The
he's
route.
got it.
Right.
He's like, I got
right.
this. This is silly. Why give me something more?
Yeah.
Bring it,
yeah.
buddy.
That's kind of scary. Smart.
Yeah,
Actually.
it's so fun to watch that. And the guy is also darling. He's
Yeah.
really cute.
So it's a cute little. So how it works is there are participating coffee shops in town.
Yes, I should give those coffee shops a shout out because these are the shops that support the nature center all year long. Like at all of our events, they show up and bring their brews and always donate. So November 15th and 16th, Grounds for Coffee on 30th and Harrison. We'll kick it off. And then the following week will be at November 22nd and 23rd at Cafe Merc on 26th Street. November 29th and 30th will be at the Daily Rise. It's going to be at their location on 23rd and Washington. It's been at their drive-in in the past, but this year it's at their location. So I think it'll be a little easier for them to serve the open mugs.
Is that inside the Weaver
It is,
Center?
yeah.
Okay, yeah.
And it's a great shop.
Very nice.
Yeah, very nice. They bring the good juju, the Daily Rise. And then on the 6th and 7th, Grounds for Coffee on 25th Street. And then the last cup hop will be the 13th and 14th at Coffee Links on Park Ave, which it's on the corner of Park Ave and Grant.
It's by Gear 30. And I will say, I don't know why I like Coffee Links so much. I don't know why because there's not,
At
I
Coffee
love-
Links?
Yeah, I love
It's
Coffee Links.
so good.
I know, and it's, like you don't hear about Coffee Links often. You know what I mean? Like Daily Rise and Grounds, they have pretty good and Cafe, really, they all have great followings. But then Coffee Links is somewhere in the background. Don't underestimate Coffee Links. That place
Not
is
at all.
great.
And
yeah.
there are guys in there that are doing do you call that a barista if it's a guy?
Yeah.
Is it a barista still?
Yeah, I think it's the same.
Barista dude.
No,
Anyway.
as opposed to like a barista.
They're skilled.
Barista. Yeah.
They're seriously skilled. And they
Yeah.
put their love and soul into it.
Yeah.
So love that place. All of these are our favorites, and there's more.
They're
favorite
all our favorites.
coffee places, but so they'll each have just a limited supply of the cups.
Only on the days.
Only on those days. You can
Right.
see all that on our website.
'Kay.
But you'll just give a $20 donation. You'll get your cup, and they'll fill it with whatever you choose to have it filled with that day. And then a portion of that goes to the nature center and a portion goes to the coffee shop.
Okay, it's called a donation, but like honestly, $20 for a nice mug. I mean, you go to Yellowstone, you got to pay $25 for that.
It's a collector mug now.
It's a collector mug.
People
now.
are like clawing down the doors at the nature center,
Well,
literally, to get these mugs.
It says that on the website where it matches because they're all themed, like the previous years. So
yeah,
you
and
add
they're
this
the
to
same
collection.
style.
Yeah, same style. That's what I meant. But you get a free cup of coffee that day.
Yep.
Free with your $20.
Yeah.
But what you can't do, which I was like, oh, well, can you just take your mug later and get free cups of coffee? No, you can't do that. You get it that.
Had hoped that, but the health department said, nicht.
Put the kibosh on that.
Yeah.
But that also helps out our local coffee people to.
Yeah.
You have to pay for it, essentially.
Yeah.
So,
but we're hoping to bring some of our live animals on those days to the coffee shops and just be there and have fun having coffee.
Yeah. Do you have a captured squirrel we can bring to?
We don't have a squirrel. It might be a bird or a snake.
But you could put a snake in a squirrel costume.
Oh my gosh.
It's probably be easier than a bird in a squirrel costume.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny. Yeah.
I like these animals are probably looking forward to the day of also getting back to doing visits.
Yeah.
Like they
would be.
probably have
Yeah.
it.
They're like, hey, I don't know what was going on these last couple of years, but we're back.
Oh no, they
still been doing their tours or
they have been.
Yeah.
To a certain degree, but they seriously feel better when they get out. Just like all of us.
Yeah, it makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
Okay, so real quick, I'm just going to recap those dates for people who may have missed them.
Yeah.
The 15th and 16th is Grounds for Coffee on 30th. The 20th, and that's when you go get your cup and your coffee, and it's a collector's edition. And I would go the first day, but because if they run
15th
out,
and 16th,
they run out.
yeah, if they run out, they run out.
November 22nd and 23rd is Cafe Merc on 26th. November 29th and 30th is Daily Rise. And inside that it's not called the Weber Center. It's the Weber downtown.
Weber building
downtown.
I think it's downtown Weber.
Downtown Weber. There's a Apple store in there. Look around. It's fun.
Yeah.
It's very nice if you haven't been in there. And the Entrepreneurial Center on the second floor and third floor, I believe. December 6th and 7th, Grounds for Coffee on 25th Street. And then December 13th and 14th, Coffee League Links. And that's on 287 Park Avenue. That is by where there is no parking in the world. So, on the corner there, just west of where there is no parking. So it's Gear 30, Striders, Neaters on one side, and then it's Slackwater and Bingham and Ogden River Brewery, and then we've got the two new restaurants there, Wimpy and Fritz and the Chicken Place. What's the chicken place called?
I don't know.
Chicken Place. The Chicken Place. Anyway.
Is that what it's called? Is the chicken place?
No, it's called something else.
Check it out. There's a new chicken place.
Yeah, I went and ate there. It was okay. I didn't like what I got, and then somebody else got something. I was like, oh, that's pretty good. So I think for me, it depends on what you order.
I'll try it out. But if you know that area, you know how the parking is, and so just figure.
But Coffee Links is separate from that, so you can park at Coffee Links. There's plenty of parking at Coffee Links, but that whole road gets a little congested. But if you just keep driving, go to Coffee Links and get your coffee cup there.
Yeah, and just to clarify, each coffee shop will put in reserves a certain amount for each coffee shop. So there will be cups on December 13th and at the Coffee Links.
So if they
it's not
run
like
out,
you're going to run out.
Right.
Yeah.
At one shop earlier, there's still more cups at different.
Yeah.
Okay.
Each shop gets so many cups.
Okay. Well, Ogden Nature Center has a fun fact that I think I need to read.
Please.
Fun fact. It's not the coffee. Squirrels are wired that way. Generally, squirrels have hyper movement. However, certain species are more restless than others. Their speed coupled with jittery movement limits predators like hawks and snakes from catching and killing them. They can also get away from cats and dogs.
Thought we better put in a little science with the cup hop. That's my press release.
That's pretty great. Yeah. So I love it. That starts on Monday. The cup is awesome. And you brought one.
I brought one.
Yeah, that's very nice. So
we have our share of squirrels still. A few have been displaced, like I was saying before, but for the most part, I don't think that we have any. And in the Shire, there's a lot of cats and dogs, but they might torment the dogs, but the dogs aren't going to catch any of them.
At our place in Salt Lake, we were at war. We totally had this thing going, and the final place where we hung our our new place, like right outside the kitchen window where you hung the bird feeder, and the squirrel like flies off of the brick onto it, and he looks me straight in the eye in the kitchen window like, are you kidding? This is so easy.
Oh my gosh.
I
Taunting.
mean, like,
There's a flag on the
taunting me.
field. Taunting. Squirrel number 4.
Yeah, this was part of my COVID stay.
So I have my in-laws live in Florida next to, Florida's an interesting landscape, I tell you what, because it's very forested. People don't know this. There's a lot of deer and bear, and not just gators or whatnot
Yeah, a
there,
lot of
but
wildlife.
a lot of squirrel, beautiful birds there, by the way.
Yes.
And in the back, they've got a post with the feeder on it. And so it has like, all I can think of as a funnel, but upside down, right? To keep, because the squirrels they can't figure out how to get on the other side of the funnel. So the squirrels get the food on the bottom of the funnel, and on top of the funnel is the bird feeder. And so the birds all come and grab the bird seed and stuff, but the squirrels can't figure out how in the
We
heck.
finally bought the feeder that has the collapsible perches. So a squirrel's too heavy and it collapses on their weight, but a bird is light enough.
I like how it's taking humans like, how do we figure this out?
I know.
How do we outsmart the squirrels?
Brandon, if you haven't done it, if you look this subject up on YouTube, you will find thousands of like squirrels figuring it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
So
even
fun.
like the most, like it shows like them actually like doing the little unboxing of like squirrel proof, feeder. And then you put it out.
The squirrel figure.
And then they
They
put the
laugh
time
at
lapse.
you.
Oh yeah, you put the little time lapse videos whenever the camera's up, and 9 times out of 10, they'll figure out each of those. And it's humorous for us, of course, as viewers, to watch the whole thing go down.
Yeah, you got to pull up those YouTubes. I mean, they've named the squirrels. It's like, this is Jeff. This is.
Oh, it's brilliant.
It's
That's funny.
Good choice for animals this year.
Yeah. So get your cup at the cup pop.
Awesome. Thanks, Brandi.
You're welcome.
Does anybody know this doctor? Okay, Utah doctor facing federal charges for allegedly falsely reporting hypothermia to get a helicopter rescue off Denali. He denies all these claims. By the way, he says, like, dude, this okay. So Utah doctor is facing federal charges after allegedly falsely reporting that a mountaineer was suffering from hypothermia in an attempt to be evacuated during a failed summit attempt of Denali, Alaska. And I have friends who were up there, I think, around the same time, so I'll ask. I just didn't have time today. At 20,320 feet, Denali is America's highest summit. According to the criminal complaint filed in Fairbanks, Alaska, federal court, Dr. Jason Lance, 47, a radiologist from Ogden, Utah.
Huh.
Jason Lance.
47?
47 is our age. Mine and Todd's age. Faces 3 charges.
I'm not that much
for
older.
You're not
Just 3 years.
our age. Yeah.
5.
Did you have a birthday? Are you 50? Are you 50?
Yes.
Brandi, you're so young for 50.
50.
Yeah. But I think you've embraced the 50+ bird watching thing for years. So
I've been an old lady at heart for so long.
do you knit?
Tea and birds.
Tea and birds.
Are me.
Tea's okay. Yeah. Have you thought about knitting?
I've thought about it, but I haven't. I'm left-handed, so
Oh, so you got
I haven't tried that yet.
You could probably do you could probably get rich off doing left-handed knitting videos on YouTube.
But we do the mittens, the warm woolly mittens.
Yes.
Do you make them?
Yes, Jenny Frame and I make the warm woolly mittens.
Why did I thought you were only helping sell those. I didn't know.
Well, I
you
am
help make them.
officially the mitten pimp.
That's what they say.
Why didn't we know that? Yeah.
And we make them together, and then I, marketing. So I'm the mitten pimp.
Mitten pimp.
They're also at Cafe Mark.
That's where we bumped into each other just the other time. You were restocking and beautifying
The mittens.
Yeah, and I didn't know the connection, so this is funny. This is coming up again.
So if you need warm woolly mittens, go to Cafe Mark on 26th.
I wish we could get that as your new license plate.
Yes! I like it.
There's got to be a way you could do that. What is it, 70 characters? We can come up with
Mitten
that, yeah.
pimp.
Oh, that's funny.
That's pretty great. Lance and his climbing partner, Adam Rowski, 31, left Denali's Camp 3 at 14,000 feet to push for the summit via the west buttress, somewhere between 8,600 feet and 19,200, which, by the way, I did a 14er this summer. Things get woozy around 14. Things get
They
woozy above
definitely
10.
do.
You know, things. Kings is 13 something, 3, 5, whatever. Things get woozy up there.
They do.
19 is up there. Oh my gosh. Lance noticed that his partner displayed symptoms of altitude sickness, leaving his ill partner with another pair of climbers. Lance continued to the summit alone. He did not make the summit. Instead, he turned around to help Roski with his descent. On the way down, Roski fell, tumbling approximately 1,000 feet, which is a very long way down the Autobahn. Emergency rescue services were called, and Roski was lifted off the mountain and taken to the hospital. Lance then texted emergency services that he was stuck without equipment following Roski's fall and needed a helicopter evac. The helicopter cannot come to your location and is not flying anymore tonight. You have a rope with you. Your only option tonight is descent, park ranger said. To escalate the problem and force a helicopter evacuation, Lance then alleged hypothermia. And that's where it gets, he said, helicopter said, who's telling the truth? And so that's why he's facing charges, because he got a rescue. And then they didn't believe he was
Actually had hypothermia.
It's loud out there, yeah. Anyway, so I don't know him, but let's just hope he's not lying. It's Veterans Day.
Yes.
Thanks all you veterans.
They were giving free hamburgers to the vets at the Oaks today. My dad
I
went.
love the Oaks.
I know. My dad went and he told me all about it. I'm like, right on.
That's the Oaks. That's
Right?
fantastic. And this is nowhere near the Oaks. Have you ever been to or wanted to go to Dry Tortugas National Park? Do you know where it is?
I don't.
You go to the end of Florida, and then you go
Oh,
like
I should
a
know that.
boat ride. It's like a little island in the middle of nowhere. Dry Tortugas National Park. So wounded vets.
Is that where pirates go?
That's where pirates went.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, well, in my head, they still exist. So.
Mm-hmm. Well, now they're, yeah, yes.
No, but the old school pirates.
Old school, yeah, the orig. Yeah.
Arr.
Dry Tortugas National Park hosted volunteer divers from the Wounded American Veterans Experience Scuba Project, who spent a week helping the coral reef ecosystem at the park, and in return received therapy, healing, and relief from their service-connected disabilities. 7 veterans traveled to the remote Dry Tortugas archipelago from October 13th through the 20th to repair important demarcation and reef mooring buoys within the park. The demarcation buoys outline the special protection zones for shark and coral research. Mooring buoys help prevent damage to the fragile coral reef by preventing anchors, ropes, and chains from striking and damaging coral. All the buoys need continual maintenance. And so the veterans were out there helping.
Awesome.
And it's got to feel good to be in the middle of freaking nowhere ocean, just hanging out and doing cool and scuba diving and doing cool things.
Fantastic.
And
Yeah.
doing some good.
So props to the vets.
Good swimmers.
10 Barrel has a new Pray for Pow. Oh, I missed it. Before we get to 10 Barrel, Ogden Avalanche beer coming soon. Dun dun dun. Where's my hold on. Where's my things?
Okay, while you're pulling that up,
yeah,
I have to do this
yeah.
on the heels of the Tortuga one.
Okay.
Did anybody read the story? I haven't yet, but I just saw the headline of venomous sharks.
What?
They found some
No.
venomous sharks, and I don't know what that means. Other than
Does
it
that mean
sounds
it's
like
an
a
infection?
sci-fi. I don't know. So we'll have to look into that. It sounds like one of those sci-fi specials, like a Sharknado.
Yeah, they are not dangerous enough.
But just the idea of just adding that other little element to it, and so
So you lived until.
yeah, I don't know.
The
I don't
venom
know
set
what that
in.
means
Yeah.
exactly, other than it's just kind of terrifying
Wow.
/ interesting. All right, I'll look into it.
Okay.
Yeah,
Nobody's heard.
we want to know more.
Yeah.
Ogden Avalanche beer coming soon.
Whoa.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. It's an ale. It's a pale ale, and it is from Roosters. And I was lucky enough to see the label, which I can show you two here, but it's a podcast and I can't show anybody. Anyway, so come to the bash on December 2nd, and we should have the beer. I think maybe they release it there. I'm not sure, but Ogden Avalanche beer. So the proceeds, there's a portion of the proceeds. If you buy it this year, wherever you see it on tap or in the store, I'm assuming it'll be canned and put in stores. A portion of the proceeds go to benefit Ogden Avalanche. So
Nice.
please consider buying the Ogden Avalanche beer from Roosters.
Fun gift, like consumable.
Consumable, yeah, and it's a pale ale, so which means it's not something that, sometimes if it's fruity, some people like it, some people don't. It depends on what it is. But pale ale, so everyone should love it. Okay, Pray for Pow That's the new beer from 10 Barrel. And so this gives you some options this season. So they used to have a Pray for Snow. That's gone. And now they replaced that with Pray for Pow.
Which is totally different.
Totally different. It's your winter seasonal, as they say. The recipe won more than 10 medals in judged competition, including multiple medals at the World Beer Cup and the Great American Beer Festival. It has hints of where'd it go? Oh man. Okay, you ready? Notes. Sorry. Notes of dark chocolate, coffee, citrus, and berry. And it packs an immense amount of flavor. Combine that with its 7% ABV, and Pray for Pow will certainly warm you up after a day of face shots. And then it's a portion goes to protect our winters. So that's
cool.
10 Barrel. So you have Ogden Avalanche and you have Roosters, and they help nonprofits. So you should drink beer and help nonprofits, which is very good. Outside Inc., that's Outside Online, Outside Inc. They bought more media. I don't know. They're buying the whole outdoor industry right now. So there's that. Rivian. Okay. Rivian is the new electric truck and
Are they
SUV.
for sale yet?
So, yeah,
I've seen a picture. And it's going to have like the pull-out cooler. Is that right?
Yeah, so that's the cool thing about electric cars is there's no engine.
Right. There's all this extra room.
You got the hood is now storage. So you have room.
I feel like I've been following them for years, but I haven't seen one yet. Are they even for sale yet?
So they're pre-order. They have this is what's great. They have not produced a vehicle. They have not sold a car yet because their IPO, their initial public offering
Yes.
went live this week. They are now worth more than Ford and GM without a single car lot. Like, they don't have car lots. They have a website where you go on and you put $1,000 down to reserve your Rivian.
I'm going to try to pull it up.
And
They're good looking trucks.
Yeah.
they're good looking. Yeah. Electric truck and or SUV. They go, it's about 300 miles ish per charge. And it tows like 7,700 foot-pounds, something like that. They are super cool. I'm very interested in, but also they were giving away, I think, some stock options if you were to pre-order it but before a certain time. And so essentially, if you had the stock option on your pre-order, it would have took a chunk of that $75,000 bill off, because I think they started around 65, 70 new.
I'll bet you
chunk
even
of
those
change, but yeah.
will go down eventually once they start getting out there. There's a series. I don't know if anybody's watched. Maybe somebody who listens has. It's called Long Way Round. It's with it's a motorcycle adventure show. It's just have you followed any of these?
That sounds
anyway.
cool.
It's Ewan McGregor, the actor, Ewan McGregor, and his good friend Charlie Borman are the real deal, adventure cyclists. Or motorcyclists. They've been doing it for years and years and years. Well, anyway, the newest version. They've done 3 versions of this show: Long Way Round, Long Way Down, and Long Way Up, around the globe. That's the kind of circumference type thing. But the newest one, I believe, was Long Way Up. They started at the very bottom of South America, but electric motorcycles, and then all of the gear that followed them were in Rivian trucks. And so all tested along the way.
Yeah.
But then they also had to do all of the pre-reconnaissance where they had charging stations, and then talk about testing the bejesus, like the land and the territory that they drove through was like, this was a really good way to test these vehicles as well, including these specially made, I think, Harley electric adventure bikes, motorcycles. Really, really fun series to watch, but then it got me hooked on these Rivians because these are like the real deal.
What do you call first adopters? Isn't there a name for first adopters?
Yeah, like your first people on board something.
On anything, any tech stuff. I am not that. I'm a first and waiter. I
usually wait until like a second generation or third version, where they
work out the kinks a little. Yeah.
But I think that's one reason why that brand is probably worth so much. Just like anybody who establishes brand for 5-10 years. Like, I've known Rivian for years.
Oh, really?
Like the name and like prototype sketches. And it seems like it's probably been 5 years or something, but it's been years of like kind of getting you excited and
building it up.
I mean, that's something to be said for building something up to a point where they're worth something like that now without releasing one vehicle.
I'm not going to lie. Tesla's truck is, I think it's ugly.
I agree.
And the Rivians are good looking.
I agree.
would
And I'm
completely
harsh
agree.
on aesthetics.
Yeah.
No, I'll completely
like-
agree.
But it
Very
matters. You don't want to.
judgmental on aesthetics, and I like the Rivian.
Why buy ugly?
No, Rivian's good
Well,
looking.
and think about resale. I mean,
Yeah.
you're getting an ugly Tesla truck.
Yeah.
Are
Because
you
the
gonna be
Tesla
able to
cars
resell
are pretty.
that? It looks like it belongs in outer space.
Yeah, and I don't know why he went that direction, because Brandy's breaking everything in the studio. The cars are beautiful,
Back together.
but the truck it's just too, like you said, Mars-ish or something. It's just not right. But the Rivians look like,
I think somebody's kid designed it or something. It's like a crayon sketch
Yeah.
of it, where they couldn't use curves. It's just straight lines.
oh my
All I have
God.
to say about that is it's going to be hard to resell. Think about it.
Yeah.
Okay, it's ugly to start with, and then in 10 years. Anyway, sorry, that was
Go Rivian.
Yeah.
Even though I can't afford one.
No.
anytime soon, but they're
So,
Good for
okay.
them.
So I mocked one up today on the website. I went in and I
Fun.
was like, okay, let's see how much.
like a
Fat Boy
custom
is.
made.
So you go in, I want the SUV 7-seater adventure package with nicer wheels it's like
A
it's like
7-seat truck.
7-seat SUV. Yeah.
Like with
Oh, so they're doing SUV.
They're
not
doing a
just
truck and an SUV. So
Oh, okay.
the SUV looks a lot like my Land Rover. I mean,
Yeah,
essentially,
yeah.
it's like a Forerunner or
Yeah,
something.
that makes sense.
Seven.
I didn't know they were doing
yeah.
SUVs. I thought it was just trucks.
Oh, it's beautiful. Yeah. So I choose that one and choose my color, choose the package and everything, do the interior, and it was like, I think it was near 80 something. Anyway, the payment was like $1,000 a month or something. I'm like, yeah, okay, not happening.
Think how much you'll save on gas.
But what they said was, it is for. I know people have Teslas, but I haven't talked to them about this. But they say, at least Rivian's claim was, if you're on the road, to fill up, it's about 50% of what it would cost to do gas. So if you're going to charge on the road or whatever at one of their charging stations, whatever, it's about half that of what a gas fill up is. And then at home, I think it's cheaper because what you can do is you can program it to where you can charge your vehicle in off peak times.
Mm-hmm.
So your vehicle charges, you get charged less. So it costs less even if you do it at home. So your daily commute stuff is pretty good, but if you're on the road, it's about half that of what you would pay for gas. That's what Rivian claimed on their website.
I'm curious because I think that these. Oh, that's good looking. It does. It looks like a Range Rover. Like it really does.
Kind of, yeah.
But in these ones that were being tested, in the elements, they really were. They would charge. You could charge the battery as it's driving, right? And so just that was a way so that it may not like completely top off, like fully charge, but the fact that while you're driving, you can charge the battery. Just with that, what is that, kinetic energy or whatever?
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
Well,
But
a
the
lot
more-
of cars do that right now.
And the more that sort of plays into just a fully like driving sustainable off-road, like that checks off a lot of boxes for a lot of people in Utah, I'm sure.
But if you're Ford or GM CEO or executive and your company is all of a sudden worth less than
Well, and aren't Ford and GM
different
kind
time.
of? They're going for it, electric too.
they
They've
are,
got some
they are.
ambitious
So
goals.
did they what? But that's like, okay, cool. Our evaluation is not as much as Rivian, who doesn't even have a car lot.
Yeah. Who knows?
Wild, right?
well, we could talk about this for a while, apparently.
But Bears prefer KFC.
Over.
Bears prefer KFC. Yeah. So
Hey,
this guy's yelling
where's
because
Ditka?
he walked into his house.
Ditka?
He's looking for his dog, and there is a bear eating a bucket of KFC on the countertops of this man's house, and the house is trashed because and
Hey.
it's this cute brown bear
Where's
looking
Ditka?
thing. And
Ditka?
California, the homeowner also said there was another bear in the house and one outside. He was able to eventually scare them out by making loud noises. Here's to hoping he got them out before the KFC started making its way through their digestive system.
Oh,
You know what I'm
gross.
saying?
That's
yeah,
so
gross.
yeah. Anyway, so this was in Sierra Madre, California on October 28th. And it was, unofficial networks has this. We'll link it. Video, bear caught in the act of devouring a bucket of KFC. And by devouring, meaning he ate like the bucket part too. Just the
Oh,
whole
yeah.
thing. Just eating it all.
What was the other one doing?
It's not in the video, so I'm not so sure.
I would
what
love
the-
to know. Probably up in
doing.
the closets trying stuff on. They're just making themselves at home.
Yeah. Worth watching segment. Jeremy Jones They did an entire film. They just released it, snowboarding, October 2021. That's how many storms we had. So they just went out and shot a short film, 5-minute film. It's on YouTube. It's called Jones Journal Shred-tober. And it was all shot in October of this year.
Wow.
5.5, it's almost 6 minutes worth of footage. And that is worth watching.
Fun.
You can hear him busting through the wind. All right. And then what is Patagonia selling? And how much is it in the food and bev department? Wine. Patagonia is now selling wine.
That sounds about right.
Patagonia provisions much of the apparel and gear needed to explore the backcountry and provides. And now the company is giving it, I think they call their food and bev provisions anyway. Company is giving adventurers, the adult ones anyway, other beverage options for their après festivities. The company's food division, Patagonia Provisions, this week unveiled a collection of wines, ciders, and sake. The launch comes as the Venture California-based brand works to ramp up its food and beer business super smart alongside its more traditional revenue streams.
It's dehydrated. You just have to add water.
Yeah,
You
I
have
was
to
just gonna
add
say, how's
water.
it packaged? Is it in a glass? Is it in a glass bottle or is it in like a little tinfoil?
I don't
can?
know.
Like
Let's see.
those little, those little cans that have wine now. You can do that.
Well, I went to Yellowstone last. I've actually been. We go a lot, but last year in September we went for my anniversary, and it was an anniversary, and we in the store they had the little cardboard wines, right? And I bought the cardboard wine, and I don't know why the cardboard wine said to me, "You can drink this with no problems, and you won't feel drunk or whatever." I don't know, but I was like, "Damn, am I drunk off the cardboard?" And it was like not like the boxed wine, like the single serve, single serve, like.
I've had the same experience.
You have?
Yes.
What do they put in those
I don't
things?
know.
Because you're like, oh, it's just a single serve.
It's just a little, but I
box.
actually think it holds up quite a bit. And if you
Probably.
think about a regular pour, it's not 16 ounces.
Right.
So you're getting
several
two
glasses.
glasses.
Yeah. So, but then you're like, I was cooking hamburgers and I got my little box
It
of
feels
wine,
like a can, right?
and I'm like drinking it like nope. Yeah, I'm like this is good times. All of a sudden I'm all, we're in another dimension.
And when it's in a wine glass, you're just sipping.
Right.
For some reason, that little
The cardboard
box.
makes you feel like you just
Yeah.
Anyway.
Let's be perfectly honest. We know exactly who's going to drink Patagonia wine and where they're going to drink it, because if you've ever been to like a concert, an overpriced concert that you barely got tickets for at like Red Butte Garden, where they put out the blanket and they've got organic
Little
spread.
table,
Yeah.
dehydrated
Oh, yeah.
sheet.
Oh, it's like the full spread, right? And that's who will be drinking Patagonia wine. This is not going to be this isn't just a casual, you grab at 7-Eleven. Like
no.
But I'll be honest, I'm looking forward to trying it.
Totally so. I am too. Hey, on backpacking trips, I initiated happy hour right when you walk into your camp for the night. It's like first thing, let's not even set up tents. Let's just have a little happy hour.
That's the way to do it.
And those little boxed wines,
Yeah.
perfect.
Yes, it's like happy 10 minutes.
Yeah, and you're not carrying glass, and
Yes,
if
exactly.
you're allowed to
Yeah.
have a fire, you can pop it in the fire.
So I was in this is a short story. I was in the Uintas. We're approaching. So we were doing the Kings Peak hike. We're approaching Dollar Lake, and I was behind. I was the last in the group, and they were all ahead of us, and they were looking for a campsite in Dollar Lake. And right outside, there were two horsemen on their horses, and the one guy reached in his saddlebag and pulled out a beer. And I happened to be walking by him. He was a little bit off trail, and I was like, I made a comment.
Worth the wait.
I said, you are a smart man or something like that, to him. And he looked at me and he's like, you want a beer? I'm all, I would love a beer right now. So he hands me, and it's cold. That was like
Got a
an
cooler
iced
thing.
Yeah, it was like iced on his horse, right? So he hands me a cold, I think it was a PBR actually. And I'm walking after everybody to camp with this iced PBR, and they're like, where the hell did you get that,
Where have
Brandon?
you been?
Well, you got to make friends.
Along the trail.
You got to make friends with the guys on horses in the middle of the Uintas, man. They got beer.
I always bring wine.
Now we know what
Yeah.
the horses and the llamas are used for as well.
Oh my gosh, it's so smart. All right, quote of the week. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. That is Marcus Aurelius. Thank you to Banyan One for powering today's 380th episode of the Ogden Outdoor Adventure Show. Listen and subscribe to the Banyan Collective on YouTube. Listen, it helps when you subscribe to us on YouTube. The Banyan Collective on YouTube. Please subscribe. Look for us on Facebook, Instagram, Apple Podcasts, Spotify. BanyanCollective.com, and on the Podbean app for Android and iPhones. All show notes are at the blog, BanyanCollective.com. DM us if you want to chat with us at Ogden Adventure. Thanks, Brandi.
Thank you.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. This week's Outdoor Jukebox is from Van Sessions, Morgan and the Mountain, as John Muir would say. The mountains are calling, and we must go.
Let's go.
Let's do it.
Whoa, I don't even know what that is. Kill that. There we go. Here's Morgan and the Mountain.
The remix.
The remix. I love it.